Hey everybody, this is Dawn. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you are new here, I am a spiritual life coach and I use this channel to share tips, tricks, ideas, experiments, so on. I wanted to talk about gatekeeping. I did um I did a video not long ago about toxic positivity, and Carla, the lovely Carla from Carla Astrology. If you haven't checked out her channel, please check it out. She's awesome. All kinds of palmistry and tarot and lots of really cool stuff on her channel. So check her out. Okay. So Carla talks about um, not being people not allowing other people to speak is maybe along the lines of gatekeeping. So I thought I'd check into it, look into what gatekeeping is, and see if it kind of ties into toxic positivity or just not allowing people to speak or thinking I can't speak because I'll get in trouble. My big thing is conflict. I don't like conflict. I want everybody to get along, everybody to be happy. And if that means I keep my yaps shut and not talk about my weirdo opinions, then that's what I do. That's my go-to. And it's not necessarily always the best thing, but it's something I have to be aware of and intuit whether I need to speak up or not. Okay, so let's talk about gatekeeping though. So I looked it up. Let's see, gatekeeping, where is this? This is just like Google dictionary type thing. The activity of controlling and usually limiting general access to something. Let's see, this is an urban dictionary. When someone takes it upon themselves to decide who does or does not have access or rights to a community or identity. So it's kind of like with Gardnerian Wiccans, witches, Wiccans. I had along the way somewhere I heard that Gardnerian witches were telling people they could not call themselves, people like you and I could not call ourselves Wiccan unless we had been initiated to a Gardnerian coven. So that would definitely be gatekeeping, because the word Wiccan is much older than Gardnerian witchcraft. So just saying. So that to me would be gatekeeping. And also, saying that you can't be a witch unless you've been initiated by a witch, that's kind of gatekeeping too. So but I think what a lot of the gatekeeping these days is all about is like on Facebook. If you have an opinion that's not very popular or not very mainstream or accepted, then your post on your timeline will not show up on other people's timelines, and they'll never see it. So, and I've seen this on mine when I was talking about that drug that must not be named, otherwise you'll get censored, during the pandemic. Um, if I put that on my Facebook timeline, nobody ever saw it. So, I mean, that's gatekeeping. So I was expressing my opinion. And I made it very clear that it was my opinion. And, Facebook shut it down, did not allow people to see it, but it was on my timeline. So if you actually surfed to my timeline, you would see it, but it would not show up on your timeline. So that was interesting. But gatekeeping, we have to be careful. I don't see any problem with somebody putting together a club and saying, okay, this, or a coven, and saying this is the type of person I want in my club or coven, and having rules that they set out for terms of service kind of thing. This is how I want everyone to behave in my coven, and if you don't behave this way, then you are not allowed to stay in the coven. I don't see anything wrong with that, as long as you're not an asshat about it. If you're loving and compassionate and kind and understanding and all that good stuff, and you're not on a power trip, then I don't see any problem with that. And in fact, I'm thinking about putting together some type of like a manifestation type spell casting kind of group or something together. I really want to explore this with people and do some experiments and stuff, and I'm very excited about it, but I haven't put it together yet. My squirrel brain is difficult. Making it difficult. It's all over the place. But anyway, there is scientific evidence on sending out an intention, and it's much more potent and powerful when you have a group of people who are like-minded. So for a coven to say, we're only accepting people who are like-minded, doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just may mean that your opinions or how you want to practice is not in alignment with that coven. And I don't know that that's really a bad thing. You know, you can be friends with them outside of the coven, no big deal, but you're putting together a group of people for a specific reason, and you know, and it's hard to do that though for me, because I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to be together and be happy. And I don't want to exclude people. So that is just hard for me to you know, be a gatekeeper that way. But so as far as controlling social, what is it? Social conditioning. That's what China does. Social conditioning. They try to get people to follow the rules of the Communist Party. And if you do not follow the rules of the Communist Party, you get punished. And I see here in America, a lot of people go through public shaming. People will bully them and will attack them. And this is both sides. This is liberals and conservatives will do the same thing. They'll bully, they'll shame, they'll attack because the other person does not agree with them. So gatekeeping kind of comes in there, especially with like the social media. And then people have, you know, Facebook groups and whatnot. I have a Facebook group and I throw people out all the time. Throw them out and block them, because I have rules and they're there to protect the group. I'm not being an ass about it. I just want to protect the group from scam artists. And the rules are: you don't ask for free readings, you don't offer free readings, you don't offer readings at all, or spells, doing spells for people, and you don't PM or DM people, and you don't ask people to DM or PM you. Because I don't know who you are, and I don't know if you're a scam or not. I'm trying to protect the group, because I got inundated with person after person after person who was just trying to get new clients for themselves, new customers for themselves. That's the only reason they were in my group. They had no intention whatsoever to communicate or interact or anything. They were not giving to the group. They were just trying to get new customers. So I'm trying to protect them. If somebody comes in and they're not going to abide by the rules, I don't have any patience with that. But other than that, it's pretty wide open. You know, unless I get a Christian in there who's, you know, mouthing off and bullying people, and then I, you know, confront them and say, look, you got to straighten up or you're out. And I had to throw somebody out and block them. But that's, you know, if they don't want to participate in the group, then they're just going to, you know, create chaos and disturbance, then they don't need to be there. So just touching on gatekeeping, it's kind of a tricky wick, because you know, you have every right to have a group of people that are like-minded, and if a certain person doesn't fit in, it doesn't mean you hate them or don't like them or they're bad or anything like that. It's just they don't fit. So so I guess that's all I have on that. Please let me know your thoughts on gatekeeping and social conditioning, because they kind of go together, and trying to squelch people who have a different opinion than what is accepted mainstream. So that's all. And do something today that brings you joy, makes you feel good. I love you all, and until next time, blessed be.